We're talking everything from The Boys, season 5, episodes 1 and 2. Homelander's back and crazier than ever. So is Don T. Be a cunt and 2 major deaths, kind of. And I'm just not going to look at a volcano the same ever again. All that and more on an all-new episode of Unbinged, starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, the podcast where we break down the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown. I'm joined as always by Jagger, Matt Kopfhamer. Guys, we are going to break down everything from these first 2 episodes of The Boys season 5. But first, the spoiler warning.
We're about to spoil The Boys and Gen V and everything that Eric Crickby has ever made. So good luck.
That's right. If you haven't seen every season of Supernatural, get ready. It's going to get ruined for you right here.
This is your warning.
When Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins show up, you guys are
They're
fucked.
coming. Mm-hmm. They're coming, just like Rock Hard was.
That's right.
Phrasing.
Yep. We're just not doing phrasing anymore. Guys, how do we feel after these first 2 episodes of The Boys season 5? Because honestly, I was a little worried of how they were going to connect all this from Gen V to this new season. And it kind of turns out like they really don't have to. And they've done bits and pieces. I felt amazing after these first 2 episodes. I think that the show is really on a good trajectory. Jag, I want to hear from you first.
The stakes are real on both sides. Like both episodes, they did their job. They're like, look, guys, nobody's fucking safe. Let's get through these 8 episodes together. That's basically.
This is a very Jag show right now.
It is,
because
man.
every episode there are stakes that someone is going to be gone.
Yes, exactly. Like A-Train had a wonderful moment where we both see him just be scared as shit. Just be realistic. He had PTSD from being in a cult essentially twice. Both let's say it, the Seven's a cult and whatever fuck shit Scientology knockoff that they had was a cult. And we see him overcome that fear, and then he gets axed right away. That is just writing because I'm just locked in.
Yeah.
I'm worried about everybody. So
I'm as weird as gonna say, I'm glad that they killed A-Train because it completed his character arc in a satisfying way.
That's not
because
perfect.
you literally see him go. You literally see him go from running through Huey's girlfriend, being a shitbag, learning, oh, I am a shitbag, killing his own girl. Like, he's gone through all these steps to finally embrace, like, I can be a hero despite doing horrible things in the past. And we see that come full circle where a girl is walking through the street, and instead of running through her to save his own life, he avoids her, ultimately leading to his demise. And that in itself is an accompaniment of his entire arc in full, like, complete 180 to being a hero, a true hero in this world of fake heroes. So weird to say, but I'm glad that they had the balls to kill him off because he is a major character, even if he's not one of the main 4. So I was satisfied with his ending. He got to save his family one last time and then go out calling Homelander a little bitch, basically. And that was great.
What we're seeing is good writing. We're seeing them be able to close loops. We're seeing them be able to make these loops matter, make these characters that we didn't think matter actually matter within the story, and then have a resonating effect later on. Like, it would not surprise me we get down the road here and the Deep becomes a big player in this show, a guy who's been the butt of every single joke. But for everything that we said here, there are stakes, there are characters that matter, there is a cohesive storyline that I'm all the way locked in right now on this season 5. And I think last season we were starting to say that The Boys was becoming a caricature of itself, where they were just really trying to see how much they could top the last gross or ridiculous thing. And they still have their same, normal nature of The Boys, where there's going to be some grossness and some weirdness. But this feels like a show that has fully locked in for this final season.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, I'm glad you.
Go ahead, Koff.
Oh, I'll let you go, Jag.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you bring that up, Alfredo, because we still get some ridiculousness with like Rock Hard literally shooting magma as his ejaculate. So we get some of those gross out, like funny moments, but then you also get like, I don't even know how to describe it, but like a gross moment that fulfills a character arc. So you see finally get his revenge on Love Sausage. And we see in episode 1, Love Sausage beat a man to death with his appendage. And then
I'm sorry,
is able to then,
That can't feel good.
On your
there's
dick?
no-
Getting beat
but-
with a dick.
Both. Probably.
But I was thinking more along the lines as I'm watching. I'm like, this dude's killing another man, beating him to death with his dick. There's a beat off joke somewhere in there, but I'm just sitting here like that can't feel good for this homie with the 12-foot dick.
He's got to have parodies.
We then get to see get his revenge. Oh, you just now that you've learned about that, you just love to bring it up.
Yeah, it's the word of the month.
I can never drink that Italian beer ever again.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
We'll be hearing from Peroni's lawyer any day now.
Oh God,
on retainer. Okay, Kopf, go. We keep interrupting.
Right. No, that's good. But just seeing get his revenge that's now been building for what, 2 or 3 seasons? When was the first time they had that confrontation?
Season
he got the
2,
dick rubbed all over his face. Yeah. So we finally get to see that culmination of getting that revenge and Love Sausage getting his because he was a shitbag since the start. And same thing with Cindy. Cindy exploding people, and then she got fucking taken out.
Honestly, Cindy's one where I'm like, I feel terrible to say this.
She feels more like a victim.
Yeah, and you gotta like put her down, man. like I'm sorry, you either need to like nuke her powers or something. That's like she's a massive weapon of mass destruction, quite literally, and very unstable. But what I actually wanted to say is that I feel like with this season, they're done telling us lessons in building. Like I know we're still going to get allegory and the art imitating life and whatnot, but it's all action now. We've gotten all the lessons we need from Genevieve, from the boys. Now we're just getting to like the meat of the story, the climax, and I love that we wasted no time.
Yeah, episode 1 just felt like they just threw their foot on the gas pedal and they were like, let's go. Let's get into this. We're not going to screw around. There's these moments there where there's a little bit of the wink at the camera where it's like you as the viewer, it's almost like a thank you for being with us throughout all of these seasons. And it's every little thing. It's going back to Love Sausage and beating him up. It's also having to wear a Britney Spears shirt. Like it's all these like little things that we can laugh at and be like, that was a good move by the writing staff there. I'm really enjoying that. And I want to jump into more of the characters, specifically Homelander, Butcher. Before we do that, guys, if you've enjoyed just a minute of this show, please take a second to like this video, comment down below with your thoughts on the boys, any other shows you might want us to cover going forward. And just a reminder of what we are covering for you guys right now. Every Wednesday, we've got the boys. Every Thursday, the Pit. Fridays, your friends and neighbors. And then we're bringing you more content, premium content, more shows. Same thing, us sitting down, talking and breaking down each episode. These are on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. We're talking about Invincible Season 4, Euphoria. We've got rewatches of movies like Sinners and One Battle After Another. You guys are supporters, our premium bingers. You're the ones that make all this possible, and we can't thank you enough. So please, all of you, while you're listening over on Apple or Spotify, take a sec to leave a 5-star review. That is so big for us and allows us to keep growing. Guys, over on Spotify, almost at 100 reviews. I'm just saying. It's looking good.
Catch up,
almost
Apple.
100 on Spotify, almost 50 on Apple. So we're Apple people. What's up, man? Just, use your phone more. Yeah. Guys, let's talk about Homelander. I am just finding myself so enamored with this character. And it's not anything new that we're saying. We've been saying this for 4 straight seasons, for however many years he has been on TV. I think there's a bigger conversation to have later on in the season about Homelander and where he is in terms of just the history of TV. There is a way that this character is utilized, which is faith weaponized. He always has our attention every time he is on screen. And there's so many layers and so much depth to his character. I have to ask if right now he's the most magnetic character on screen. You simply can't look away.
I think so. Especially as he's one of the greatest villains of all time. We've said that on here. And just even me, Mr. Do 3 things at the same time when I'm watching shit. When homie's on screen, you're just locked in because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't that's good TV. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Is that what makes
it's
a good character?
Unpredictability.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's a part of it is because you truly don't know what his next move is from one moment to the next. He can literally snap. And like we see when I believe it was Ashley coming. No, it was Nar and Deep walking into his room and you just see the dude with no head. And it's like I wasn't expecting that. So then all of a sudden he starts talking about like, he betrayed me. And so, it is what it is.
He liked a
It's
couple
like,
of Starlight posts.
right. So it's just that unpredictability makes it so like you have to lock in when Homelander's on screen, because otherwise you might miss him literally flying off the handle, lasering somebody from across the room for looking at him wrong, or for their heartbeat being too erratic because he's tired of people being scared of him. So he is in this really unique position as a character where he wants to be loved, adored, and feared at the same time, but he doesn't want you to show that fear. Otherwise, he'll think like something's wrong. It's crazy.
Why's your mouth?
I just realized what Homelander is.
He's-
Homelander's a Latina. He wants you to love him and fear him and never know the next move. I can say this,
He's
guys.
Michael
I'm Cuban.
Scott. He's Michael
This is-
Scott. I would have be loved or feared. I want you to fear how much you love me.
The Deep offering his phone, being like, "Go ahead, look at my account. I've never liked a single one of her posts."
That's a white boyfriend being like, please don't stab me in my sleep.
That is 100% coded as a white boyfriend with his Latina girlfriend. I'm just putting it out there, man.
the Deep man,
Homelander's for the people.
when is he gonna break, man? Because he's like, I don't
He's
like
so
him.
close.
Fuck
He
him.
He pissed himself.
He's too dumb to break.
That's
He's
what I
literally
think.
too dumb to break.
Yeah.
He pissed himself at the end of the episode. Like
Yeah,
he
but
was
he's
there.
swimming.
He's so deep. Yeah, he went swimming. He's so deep within his own. Like, no, I'm part of this manosphere. Like Sigma male. Like I'm a big boy. Like he's in denial, and he's too dumb to realize he's in denial. And I think that's the point of his character. I know he's been a joke the entire series, and you may be waiting for him to get his moment, but I don't think that's the point of his character at all. He's supposed to point out, like, there are some people that are irredeemable because they either believe the wrong thing or they are willing to follow the wrong person to the end, to the very, very end. And so I think he is more supposed to be a warning sign for people of like, hey, if you don't get out of your own bullshit and get out of your own way sometimes, you're going to literally follow somebody off the cliff.
I like that. I think he's a little more in the gray area because there's something about him that actually makes him likable as a character. And I think it's the fact that like you just think he's dumb or he's scared because
He's profoundly
someone like
sad.
So,
He's a profoundly sad character. I mean, think about like he had to eat like his Homelander made him eat like his lover octopus, and like he has had to endure some really shitty things.
Like fucking
but that
an
doesn't
octopus.
excuse his. Yeah, too.
He chose
But
that.
it doesn't excuse the shitty things he's done. So I think we need to be careful that we don't allow ourselves to feel too much sympathy for a shit character.
Because I think Noir's already flipped. Like he might be doing something on the side. So,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Noir. Him being all silent and shit, it's weird.
and that's been like a year.
Unless
dude.
they were, yeah, it's something's going on there, and that to me intrigues me more than anything going on with the Deep. Like the Deep is interesting. What's happening with Noir right now has my attention more.
I think it's a stunt double or twin. Like they do the comic book arc of Black Noir being
Homelander's twin.
Clone.
Homelander's clone, but instead of that, like homie's so scared, he's like, and he's got money, he's got that VOT money. I'm gonna pay this motherfucker to go and pretend to be me, pay my stunt double. He literally can't talk.
So this is Black Noir 3.
Yeah, 2.5. He's not real.
2.5.
You know? Or something like that. Like that's what I would do 100%. Like I'd be like, hey man, you want to risk it for the biscuit? Shut the fuck up. Don't make mistakes or he'll kill you. But at the same time, he was pretty silent when he was fighting Starlight. That was a nice little fight right away. So
Yeah, Starlight like already being ingrained in that and being, behind the scenes, hidden, and then you get the fight scene. It was a great way to kick this off. That's interesting. I hadn't even thought about the Black Noir character not being actually him. That's a fun little wrinkle that I think they can play with. And you know what? I don't think we're at the point where the season or the story has too many things. Like we come across this all the time. We're like, oh, it's final season. There's no way they're going to wrap up all these stories. It actually does seem relatively straightforward here.
it's all focused.
They've been doing a good yeah. They've been doing a good job of streamlining the story and to really focus it.
And Noir being like sending a stunt double, that's not like a plot line. That's just like a throwaway joke where you take his mask off and it's like a fucking white dude would just be like hilarious.
Mr. Jenkins.
Yeah.
What the?
Scooby-Doo him, and
Just
it's
a
the old white
Scooby-Doo
man.
villain.
Speaking of unmasking, Ashley, can we talk about the vice president?
Oh, we
and
gotta
her
talk about it.
Professor Quirrell situation going on?
Oh, fuck you for taking my joke. I sent that to the chat.
Yeah.
Eat a dick, cough.
I thought of it immediately when I was watching. I'm sorry. So
did
you're
I.
Not that original. Yeah.
Whatever.
Your parents had it too.
You know a joke I did think of on my own? She literally grew a conscience on the back of her head.
It's not really a joke, more of just an observation.
Whatever.
Jokes are observations, I guess, that are funny.
I was actually gonna say that.
Yeah. It's very Jerry Seinfeld of you.
Have you ever had a
you're
cotton
welcome.
ball in your medicine?
Why do they
What's
do
with
that?
airplane food?
Yeah, okay. Let's. You know what? I do want to get into that, but I feel like we have totally buried the lead here. And Cuffs, I asked you, how did you feel about the first 2 episodes? And you went like all the way into A Train, and we ended up skipping past, I think, one of the biggest talking points of the whole fucking 2 episodes here is the death of Soldier Boy, and then the subsequent, what seems to be resurrection of Soldier Boy here.
He ain't dead. Like, if the Russians could have killed him, they would have. And I think that's what we're missing is, like, he literally spent decades getting tested on by the Russians on his durability. So the fact, you don't think they tested viruses on him? I do.
I think they
Which
did. They test
they
viruses
injected
on
him
him.
full
I don't
of
think they would kill
everything.
him. They want to super soldier that nigga. Super soldier.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, this super virus that's going to kill all the soups, I still don't think it's strong enough for Soldier Boy.
But
I
it's
think
strong
it
enough
might
to
fuck him
weaken
up.
him. Like when he's down
Yes,
like that,
momentarily.
then you can kill him. That's what I'm like.
Correct.
I saw enough to where it's like that put him down to where you can actually effectively kill him. He was weak for a moment. They just gave him time to heal. That's what I think they should take away from this. If
there you
anything, I think they got a better weapon because they're not just unleashing COVID 3000 on soups and possibly humans, because they could just shoot him, break him down, and then kill him. You know that it. To me, I think they still got to win.
So interesting thing here is, one, I think it's not fully effective against Soldier Boy because he's got V1 in his body, and it's
OG.
going to be this. It's going to be the same thing for Homelander, where I think this is going to get interesting because you guys are totally right. It's going to weaken him long enough for them to kill him. They'll probably go back to formula, to quote Spider-Man. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that in there. I think they're going to go back to formula, try to make this stronger. Where I think this is going to get really interesting is where it leads is Ryan and how this is going to affect him. They keep
I know
saying
they
he's at a
have that
boarding
throwaway
school.
line, but yeah, does that mean he's in a facility? Like, they have him like locked away?
They're probably trying to
'Cause-
keep him safe because he's kind of the only weak point right now for Homelander.
Because I'm trying to remember. I didn't rewatch season 4. Where did
Let
it
us know in the comments, guys.
end
Where's
with-
Ryan?
Yeah, where did it end in season 4 with him? Like, because I know him and Homelander were kind of like adversarially, like, meh. But I don't remember more than that.
Yeah, I can't remember either right now. We'll look it up as we're talking here. But let's talk about this Soldier Boy coming back into the fold here, and like, did it work for you, him being back in the fold? His whole fight that he has there with Billy, the fact that he's being kind of pushed back and forth between Billy, between Homelander, and then what does this reveal for us? This fact that the virus doesn't fully work on him, or at least appears to not fully work on him, because, and this kind of upsets me with the trailers. They reveal that he's alive later on in the season. We see him choking out characters later on in the season. Like, the trailer did that. We're not spoiling that. Does that work for you, and what does that lend itself to later on in the season?
I think it works. Because honestly, I was really disappointed when they were like, "Oh, he's dead." I was like, "Damn!" They brought him back for one episode, and that's it.
I
Like,
love
that
it.
was disappointing.
Stakes. Baby.
So I'm yes and no, but it's like
Jack,
it just
kill
felt,
everyone by episode 2.
It
Make
just
it
felt too
matter.
soon. Like, kill him eventually, sure. I don't mind if he dies as a character, but like, don't do it immediately. Like, I feel like there's too much unexplored between him and Homelander still, and I want to see more of those interactions. Because we're seeing Homelander literally unravel. He has everything he ever thought he ever wanted, and it's still not enough. And we even had a character point that out to him. It's like, it'll never be enough for you. And so now he is going after the one thing he thinks he needs, which is parental love or daddy's approval. And he will not get it. As much as he fights and thinks, oh, I have all the power and the president and vice president of the United States work for me, Papa. Papa's like, you're still a little bitch. I don't want to kill you. And that's where
that was aggressive.
Inevitably it's going to fall apart for Homelander. Papa.
By the way, I looked this up while you were talking. I forgot Ryan murdered Grace Mallory at the end of season 4, and he's been on the run.
Oh, that's right.
That's why they're not giving us the truth about where he is, because he killed someone and now he's just off the grid.
But you would think him killing Grace, yeah, he'd be upset about that, but Homelander wouldn't give a shit. He'd be like, cool, you killed a adversary.
You're my number one boy. He does.
Well, it's because Ryan ran off. Right?
True.
Like, it's not like Homelander said, okay, you got to go hide now. Homelander would just tell him, we can spin this. It's AI. It's AI bullshit, right? It's Starlight. Yeah. Which I think they're doing a good job this season, by the way, of blending reality with the show, because sometimes they go a little too ham-fisted on it. And I saw Eric Kripke saying, like, what ends up being bad for the world ends up being good for our show, because we can just write it into the show. I'm almost kind of glad they didn't. I'm glad that we're getting an original story and not something that is leaning so heavily into the reality.
That's why I said
I wouldn't say totally original.
They spent 4 seasons telling the story. Now we just need to wrap it up. I don't need another lesson on, like, Homelander wants to invade Iran. Like, I don't need that, you know. That's
Yeah. Kopf, you kind of looked like you were saying you were disagreeing maybe, or had some different thoughts on that.
Not disagreeing so much. It just sometimes reality and fiction overlap in ways we could never expect or anticipate. And I think that's kind of where we're at with The Boys, where yes, they were parroting certain things like the coronavirus at certain points, but now they're getting to a point where it's like, you have natural pathways to write certain things, what you've set up. And so you follow those paths. And then at the same time, the real world is kind of doing the same thing. So like what we see with the AI deepfakes, we've seen politicians come out, we've seen people in power come out and be like, no, this video is not real. This is a deep fake. This is AI, whatever. They're utilizing it as an excuse.
I think taking that real world spice, that's like seasoning your food. It's like putting salt on your steak. You put too much, you put it the right amount, and it's going to bring out the perfect flavor of that food. You put too much, and all you're tasting is salt. And I don't necessarily want that when I don't want to just keep tasting the real world as I'm watching the show. I think they've sprinkled in the right amount for this season so far.
Right. And I think what I'm trying to say is, I don't know how much that's intentional and how much that's just kind of happy coincidence.
I don't know. I think in the past it's been extremely intentional. And I think that they've always kind of kept that intentionality. I just think that there was maybe a little bit less. They're like, fuck it, we gotta finish this story. We can't spend a full episode just, making fun of red hats here. We gotta go into this. Guys, I think the big theme from this is we're gonna talk about, it's what could potentially happen with Ryan, what's currently going on with Annie and Huey, and there's already seems to be a split, a chasm between our group of heroes, between the boys. Killing all soups is going to be the big morality question here. And it already seems like there's a split. We see basically setting free this girl, this Countess Crow, or Crow Countess? Countess Crow, right?
Yeah.
Great play on the
It's
band.
a Counting Crows joke, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Great play on the name. This seems like they're really, really leaning into how much Butcher and Homelander truly are the same at this point in their lives, and how Butcher has almost totally lost his humanity, where he kind of becomes peacemaker. I just want peace. I'll kill every man, woman, and child that I need to get it. Yeah.
He killed his dad,
and,
right?
That's sort of where he is. Yeah, Denethor's dead, dude.
Yeah, Lord Denethor, no more tomatoes for him.
No. He'll never outlive that. It's going to be our children's children who will be talking about those tomatoes.
Even
until HBO recreates it with a show.
Does a new Lord of the Rings? Oh God, no. Even Homelander is talking to Butcher. He's like, "Wow, you did all of this for me? Like, it's a mess, but like, wow, I'm thank you." And it's I love their relationship. Homelander versus Butcher is probably it's one of the most fucked up relationships, but one of the most fascinating things to see whenever on the camera together, because they are almost like star-crossed lovers. And at a certain point, like, you either got to kill each other or fuck each other, and pick one.
There's sort of
Or
a
both.
Batman Joker thing where
That's
he's
what I was
like,
gonna say. Yeah,
yeah, they're destined to do this
But
forever.
they're both the Joker. That's the thing.
That's fun.
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Because I was even gonna say I almost wanted to bring up Clark and Lex, but like Clark is like, "Why are you so obsessed with me?" And Lex is like, "Yeah." It's like not mutual, you know. That's kind of how it is. But like both of these guys are obsessed, and it almost Butcher feeds into Homelander's needs. And a way no one else had. He's like, that's devotion like no one else. Like that. It's really true. Only really Stormfront gave him any type of like that reverence. And this is like where the thin line between love and hate are right there. That in some ways that Homelander's
little
like,
romantic.
oh, yeah, Homeland's like, oh, you must really love me. You turn yourself into a goddamn Kraken.
I'm telling you, Homelander is a Latina. This is the most toxic relationship ever.
Oh man.
Homelander's just a
You
Latina.
killed a
baddie,
man
that's it.
for me?
I
Yeah,
love
this
I love
shit's
how funny he
crazy.
is too. Homelander low key funny too, where he's like, you didn't tell me his nickname was Mother's Milk. And he's just like,
And
"You
then
guys
just like, what
wouldn't
the
get
fuck?
that." He's like, you guys wouldn't get that one.
That joke's not for you guys.
Yeah.
That joke was fantastic. I remember he was so weirded out by that. I was like, what is happening?
What the fuck? But I love the play they do on that later with the milk when
The
the
president?
president is offering him milk. He's like, no, I will also take a Manhattan. I'm
He doesn't
big,
even know what the fuck's a
big strong
Manhattan.
man. He has no fucking idea.
So if anybody doesn't know, Manhattan's a very simple cocktail. It's whiskey or rye. It's sweet vermouth, and then it's a little bit of bitters. It's a classic strong cocktail for men.
Glad you
For
got
men.
to pull that one out.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
feel like they coulda named it
martini
better.
with whiskey, guys. That's it.
Yeah, it's a whiskey martini.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're
doesn't sound
fucking
manly.
gross.
It sounds like something they drink on Sex in the City.
It's
No.
straight up whiskey in like it's 3 alcohols. In
No, I
a
know you
glass.
explained it, saying the ingredients again. I'm just saying, like the name doesn't sound manly.
Vermouth. I know
okay,
you don't have that in Cuba, Alfredo.
First of all, I don't live in Cuba, you fuck. I'm aware of what vermouth is. I'm a little offended. I'm not sure. The other half of me was like, good joke, man. Good joke.
Half of me is laughing.
Let's talk about some of the other characters here that I think Annie is also, I mean, they're playing it pretty thick here too, where Annie's also heading into that direction of Butcher. Hers is more along the lines of a guilt, right? Where it's like, I am the cause of people dying. The world's probably just better without me. And it's almost a little bit, guys, and I hate to turn this into like a dark place, but this is a dark show. It's almost a little bit like what we've talked in the pit when we've discussed, potential suicide with a character, is when a character just believes the world is better off without them. That sort of feels like the road we're going down with Annie, where it's like every time Huey just wants to talk with her or just like be normal around her, she's like, no, let's have sex instead. And it's that distraction of like, I don't want to go any deeper than that. Let's keep everything surface level.
She is literally on a suicide mission. She feels responsible, like you said, for the other's death because she is the literal name and face of a movement and like a counter, like an anti-authoritarian movement. And so when people die in her name, she feels that. And so she has come to the point where I don't even know if Huey can save her from herself because she is determined to die. And like you said, every time he tries to mention or bring something up, she reverts right to distract him with sex. And if I don't feel anything except for what's going on in my body for the next 20 minutes, then at least I don't have to think about all the people dying. And so I'm really worried that we won't get a breakthrough with her character, and we're just gonna have like a tragic end with her character
Sounded out.
instead. Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
I am worried the path that she's on.
She's like, she's having like an Oppenheimer moment where like I have become death. You know, I am become death. That's what she's really feeling, and it's just like imagine Che Guevara. It's like basically she's like Soup Che Guevara now, and except like she's not kind of like that 2 steps from a dictator mentality thing here, where she actually does have a consciousness. Because it's like, too, she didn't even ask for this. It's not like she set up and is like, I'm going to lead this rebellion against Homelander. It's more like, hey, I met a dude on a park bench and I got raped my first day of work. Now I'm fucking here. If you really think about where Annie January's been at, all of this has been her just kind of reacting to things happening to her. And then to the point to where,
this is the first time she has control of her life.
And now where it's at, teams are dying. You know, people are dying around her. So,
and going off of that, Jag, it was also because she chose not to do what Maeve did and go along with it. She chose to stand up and say, no, this isn't right. And because of that, she got persecuted. And so because of her standing up one time, she was led down a path of like, if I want to continue to do the right thing, I have to go to these extremes. And so now we're seeing the consequences of that.
Where she's literally leaving Huey, where she's like, all right, you be safe, babe. Like, there's Frenchie. All right, come on. It just kind of takes off with like, and the
mission takes priority at this point. Whereas season 1, Annie would have been like, no, Huey has to be saved first.
What's more annoying, Huey, or like, I need to save everybody, Huey? Because I find both of them equally annoying. Where I'm just like
this eternally optimistic Huey.
It's homie, read the room. Shut the fuck up. I don't need The Rock, TikTok, Instagram, fucking speech here to hype me up a little bit right now. You know, like grab a gun and let's go.
You know why that guy got exploded? Because he stopped believing.
But you know what? I think that is him reading the room. I think it's him feeling like he's the only one that can be positive about anything, and that they kind of need that North Star, like something to bring them back. If not, it's a whole team of butchers. It's just a whole team of fuck everyone, let's kill everyone.
Love
like if
that
he
wordplay.
does not. Yeah, you're welcome. Like he has to be that. Like every friend group has that, or every like sports team has that. Like think of what is it, Talladega Nights, where the guy's like well, think about it. Even though we didn't win, we're all still dear friends, right? And they're like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's Huey right here. And he's like trying to remain positive throughout the whole thing. It works for the role he needs to play within this friend group.
That's Sam for us, and sometimes Vig, but not Vig, I think.
And then when they're not here, oops.
It's no one.
It's a little Alfredo.
I was about to say, Coffin Jag, you guys are just too powerful, and you'll overrun me. I can't do this alone.
I'm not going to say that's not true.
I'm not going to say it. Too easy of a setup, Alfredo.
We get like 5 minutes into a podcast. Jack's like, not enough people died. And Coff's like, well, actually, I read this on Reddit earlier. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Everything seems to be going really great. I'm having a good time.
Instead of honey and vinegar, it's just vinegar and vinegar.
Just straight. It's
salt
vinegar and
vinegar
vinegar chips.
Yeah, it's salt
Salt vinegar. Come on.
Guys, we have a bunch of characters to catch up on here, but like one of the ones that just a lot of stuff happened off screen for her is Kimiko. And I know this is meant to show how much has changed off screen and how much time it has been. Kopf, I see you making your face and you're going to fucking explode like the volcano any second if you don't get to talk, but hold up. I actually didn't hate it. I'm not going to lie. Like I didn't hate it. I think it's a weird choice to have her talking all of a sudden this season. But I'm glad it didn't have to be the dramatic thing where she speaks at like a certain moment and they try to make it something more than it isn't. Like they did the switch in Iron Man 2 where Don Cheadle is Rhodey and he's just kind of like, yeah, it's me. I'm here. Let's move on.
Just move past it.
Yeah, like she did that. I'm talking now. I watched a lot of TikTok and a fuck ton of speech therapy. Let's just move on from this.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Like you said, it's a weird choice.
Kick me in the nuts.
I don't know if
Let's
I
go.
agree with. No.
You get the left one. I get the right.
I don't
one.
think it's that. Okay. I don't think it's a big deal in the overall like show choices. I think they're overusing her voice, if that makes sense. Like she's talking too much now.
It's because it's
that
they almost over explain it though, where she's like,
Right.
now I'm just saying everything that creeps up into my head. She's Champ from Anchorman. You and I should get an apartment together. You know, and then it's like, set the next couple plays out.
I want to be near you, Ron.
I miss your musk.
And then my other thing is, and they've been doing this for a couple seasons now. I am not 100% on board with Frenchie and Kimiko's romantic relationship.
What?
Because
This
I
far?
always read,
What?
I've always read them
just
more
like-
siblings. To me, their relationship when they first started, it was Frenchie being enamored with her, and she was like, "Nah."
Bet you hated
And so
when
they
Ron and Hermione kissed.
That's Harry's girl.
No, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about that. No, Harry got the sister. Anyway, it still feels weird to me because like I always viewed them in my own mind space as like more sibling like, and now that they're banging, it's like, like Soldier Boy said, is this some weird incest thing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get those vibes at all. I just
That's just me then.
I just think
Yeah.
Fritchie was like really in love, some Pepe Le Pew type shit, and was really nice to Kimiko in a vulnerable moment.
That's exactly
And,
who his character is, Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, and now they're in love, you know. So, I will say the overly like it. Kimiko talks like how people complain about me in the comments. You know, they're like, "Well, Jagger just says like, oh, you cunting inward." Like that's kind of where she's at right now, where she doesn't even like curse well. Because I'm with Kopf there. I'm like, "You're doing too much." Like the words thing, fine, but like, I almost wish she like maybe talk like Rorschach with like no contractions or something. You know, I don't mean to be like
something
edgy,
a little
but
different.
yeah, you know, like she talks too damn good. And like maybe again she understands speech, she just didn't use it. But like I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't care that much. Kopf, ever since you said that TikTok of like those white dudes bitched about fucking a minor voice change, now I'm like skeptical. of the shit I
Williams'
complain
voice
about.
actor changing.
Yeah, like
And
I
that's what I'm
hated
saying,
it
it's like,
because he said 3 lines and it was not good. I'm not trying to be that way.
Right. And that's why it's like, it's a minor thing. It just feels jarring in the moment. And then it's like, okay, now we're getting almost too much. If she had said like a couple lines, I'd be like, all right, it's fine. Like, haha, it's funny. But like, I don't know. It's from 0 to 100. And there was like no room to get used to it.
She has She's like, "Can I say it one time? This is my first time."
I heard it in a song.
Can Elmo say it in a song?
You know Elmo's called Rocco that. At least one.
I'm sorry, that's so funny, man. Can Elmo say it? He heard it in a song. Okay. I'm sorry, that one broke me. Fuck. Oh man, yeah. Yeah. Listen, the Kimiko thing speaking doesn't bother me. I do get the frustrations, Kopf, that there are times where she's speaking too much. And I wonder if like they make the character like that because they needed to have someone that sort of becomes the comedic effect at times, because everything becomes so dark and brooding in this final season, despite the silliness that is the boys. Like there was a moment where I was thinking this as I was watching. I was like, A-Train talking to his brother on that beach and everything is just so gray, and like then having his talk with the Deep, it kind of felt like I was watching Deathly Hallows, where it's just like,
Dude,
okay,
yeah, when they're on the
getting
beach,
to it.
Dobby dies. Yeah, that's had the
Yeah.
same set. They were in France too. Man, France looks gray as shit. I was like, can you only look at that place at night?
You're right. I've only ever seen pictures of Paris at night.
yeah, no idea what it looks like during the day, guys. But I think that's why they have these characters where you're just like, okay, y'all are doing too much, almost because like they need to be that little splash of color in what could be a very gray series with our main characters not named Homelander. to move on from some of our characters like outside of that, Ashley, who we talked about a little bit earlier. Yeah, Coffee, you can say it. She's gone. Go ahead.
No, I won't take it from you.
No, say the joke. Say the joke. Don't be a dick.
It's yours
Just say
now.
It. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she
It's-
went
it's
full
like a
Voldemort in the
wand.
back of
You-
her head with the
Yeah,
professor.
it only answers to you, this joke. You have to use it now.
Okay.
But yeah,
I did like her little face reveal in the back of her head. That was fantastic. Because like she had been hinting at like her power of like, oh, she can read minds and she's a little psychic. But we had seen previously when her fucking head had deformed. So it's like, okay, there's got to be a little bit more to it. And then we get the reveal of like, oh, she has a second fucking face on her head. And I don't know if you guys caught that, but the line when she's like talking to herself and she's like, don't make me like float the back of my head in the bathtub again.
Yeah. Just wild. She's like, I'll lay like back in the bathtub. Just
Yeah,
fucking
yes, yeah.
waterboarding her tumor.
Herself. Jesus.
Nuts.
Ratchet.
Ratchet. The freedom camps? Wow. Is it weird that I want one of those sweaters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
It is. I do too, though.
It looks really comfy.
It's
I'm
only
a sweater
weird
guy.
that you want the sweater. You need to get the pants too, or it doesn't complete the ensemble.
You don't want to take a
Doesn't complete
roundhouse
the
while I'm
outfit.
wearing these boys.
Oh man.
Yeah, the whole outfit just looked fantastic. I think we need to look at buying those. We'll look online to see if that's there.
Guys, you got to remember, freedom will make you free.
No, what you really need to remember is that romance, flowers, cuddling, and kissing, super gay.
Super gay.
Mm-hmm.
Signal
Just
nail
deep.
shit.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I love the way they say it because you listen to those manosphere pods. It's kind of like the David Goggins thing. He's like I want to find me some men, some manly men, and I like to gather those men together, and I want to be with those men. I'm like, buddy, I don't think you're hearing yourself. That is the one I think in the moment thing that I think is beautiful. Just like Theo Von doesn't count, but like motherfuckers like Theo Von that don't even try to be a good person. That's why we need the deep, man. Him and what's her name? Titty Milk girl, Firecracker.
Oh, Firecracker.
Girl, firecracker.
Titty milk.
Firecracker.
Good superhero name.
Yeah, well, they're the opposite of what we get on the boys' side, where like when we're in like Homelander's doom and gloom, we need these other characters in here that just provide the light a little bit, you know.
Speaking of Firecracker, when Homelander was like, your heart sounds like it's full of ham and cigarettes. What the fuck? What a great line. I got to find a way to use that in real life.
The thing is, like, when someone says that, you're like, I understood that.
I know what you mean.
This is a person that hangs out at the Waffle House too much.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
feel
sound
that.
like you're from Arkansas. I could say it.
Oh,
I'm from here.
Jack
course I
said
know,
the
me
A
too.
word.
Yep.
That's your word. You're the only one allowed to say it.
The only A train around here is straight to the cardiologist. Ew. Anybody?
Ayo. Guys, we got a new character in this that I thought was a couple of new characters, actually. So we get O Father, which is, wow, what a name. And then we've got our Kicks, what are they, the Kicks crew or the
Teenage Kicks.
Teenage Kicks, yeah, okay. Countess Crow, Rock Hard, She-Line, and Jetstreak.
I'm really upset that they spelled She-Line as in feline and not Lion. Like they had it right there.
She-Lion?
Yeah, She-Lion, like Panthro, but like She-Lion, but they went with the feline.
That's what really bothered
spelling.
you about the episode?
Yes, absolutely it is.
Hey, with Koff's record, that's going to come back. That's going to be important, guys. Take notes.
It's
just
true.
saying.
It's true. No, what's going to happen is that She-Line's going to die and come back as She-Lion, and she'll start shitting outside instead of
Here
in the
we
litter
go.
box.
Here we go. Now we're talking.
She comes back like
Leveling up.
Gandalf and saves the boys.
comes back
She-Lion the White.
Aslan. More like Aslan
As
the Lion.
fucking Aslan.
Come on, guys, get on my level.
If you guys want to hear a great conversation about Narnia and Mr. Tumnus, stick around for the post-credit scene.
Well, yeah.
We had a really good conversation before the show. I gotta say, man, I loved David Diggs in this as O-Father. I thought his character is hilarious. It's such the power's so interesting that he has. It feels like a sort of like a almost like a psychic comfort
Hypnosis.
type deal. Is it a hypnosis?
It seemed like that's what they're portraying.
It almost feels like an
'Cause it
overwhelming
seemed like
sense of
Homelander
comfort,
had-
like a Holy Spirit type deal when he speaks.
Like I felt like Homelander had almost like a revelation when he got hit by those waves.
Holy Spirit. Like his version of it, like when he speaks, he can almost, I don't want to say influence, but it feels like he can, like whatever he is trying to project onto you, he can. So if it's a sense of hope or calm or whatever, like he can do that through his voice, which would make sense that he's this preacher character.
You are horny,
interesting.
and everyone's just like, oh, yes, fine.
It is interesting that they went from like an Ezekiel type, which is like a mega church style, like evangelist, to more of like the Southern Baptist style evangelist.
Black folks
character.
got mega churches. Player, you haven't been to Atlanta.
Well, sure. No, of course. But it's just how they're portraying Vought, right? With this like almost like white supremacist.
Are you saying
filter,
he's the token
and then they
black
would-
preacher?
Oh shit! I had not considered that.
Well,
Thank you for pointing that out to me.
He's what? He's
That-
TD Jakes
now
here?
it makes sense to me.
Is that what we're doing?
Would you
Yeah.
say Alfredo?
He's TD Jakes. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Or he's Clarence Thomas.
Or Clarence Thomas? Yeah.
Oof.
Whoops.
Clarence Uncle Thomas. Oops. Yes.
But you know, I actually don't even. That's something that we've talked about before with the boys too. Is like Vought and Homelander. Like it doesn't even seem like they care about race. It's more of like soup or not soup. Like it's a totally different type of effect.
I guess that's a
here.
good point. That's a
There
good
might
point.
still be some of those undertones, but it like, oh my gosh, what's her name? Our extremely smart Sister Sage.
Oh, Sister Sage.
Yeah,
Right.
you know. Guys, this was a great first episode. Or first couple episodes, excuse me. Yeah, the first 2 episodes. I think they did a really good job with this. My excitement level right now, I think, is like fully out of 10. I want to see how this show caps off, man. They did a lot to kind of bring us back from it, because I think prior to this I was a little more skeptical. After these first 2 episodes, like I'm all the way the fuck in.
The end of season 4 was a little bit of a letdown, so it feels like they're back to form, which is nice. And like you said, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see what their plan is for Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins. Like I want to know what those 2 characters are going to be.
Fight
And
some demons.
Are we going to see Marie Moreau and her team at all? Like, I know they
We do.
mentioned it's going to be some scenes.
We get
to
a mention of them,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know if we're going to see them.
Spoilers, they're in the trailer for the season. So like if you look at the season 5 trailer, this is also an annoyance though of like Prime Video, don't put all that out then, right? Like
Right.
if you want us to be
Let
guessing
it be
about
a
Soldier
surprise.
Boy, or you want us to be guessing about the Gen V cast, like don't put it in the trailer. But I understand they need to make excitement for it. Like they need everyone in on this show, which I don't know if that was putting you over the edge.
I actually don't. I care a little bit, not a whole lot. Because like Gen V, at first I thought, well, I was like, well, they put out the announcement. They're like, they're not going to be a huge plot point or anything in here. Like there'll just be a couple of scenes. At first I was disappointed. I was like, well, Gen V was pointless, but I was entertained, and they gave us the whole virus. So like, I can't say that it was like, you can watch The Boys and like it without it. And I enjoyed it with it. So I think it had like a good 2 seasons of TV, and I can't hate that.
And they sort of played off the Thomas Godolkin thing too, of like almost
AI,
exactly what you said, Jag, where it's like you don't really need to know what happened in Gen V to still appreciate what's going on in the show, because the show itself almost explains it away as a deepfake AI to be like, we're not going to make you do homework to still enjoy season 5 of The Boys here. And I thought that was pretty
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. Yeah. I got a question before we leave, guys.
Sure.
Did you guys ever consider volcanoes sexual? Because I didn't.
Eruptions, always.
I need to recontextualize some things in my life, I guess.
You ever seen just go YouTube some videos of volcanoes erupting? Just saying.
Bye,
You're
everybody.
lucky the internet. Yeah.
And on that note, like and subscribe.
Cough, cough.
I know how to end a pod.
I like that he kept us around for that. Do you guys ever masturbate to the thoughts of volcanoes? We'll see you next week.
Try some stuff.
Cough's like, I found a new category on the internet. New subreddit. Sexy volcanoes in lingerie.
You ever looked at a rock and wondered?
Oh no, it's just gonna be the one island from Moana. Oh god damn it.
Oh, we got to get out of here. Cough saying shit. Bye,
Yeah,
y'all. Love
cough's spewing hot magma at this moment.
Oh.
Well, that's a wrap. We'll be back again next week covering the following episodes of The Boys. And as always, we're going to be back again on Thursday covering The Pit, Friday for your friends and neighbors. And we've got Invincible, Euphoria coming up. So make sure you're subscribed to Unbinged. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching or listening all the way through. For myself, for Jag, for Cough, and for Sexy Volcanoes Everywhere. We'll see you next time. Adios.
A lot of these are Airbnbs. So they're like, if you pay $60, you'll have internet. And I just need internet right now. Yeah, it is hotel internet, dog.
Jag
So
did
like,
The Office. He's like, this isn't art. This is hotel art.
yes, I actually use that in here
Shut up,
because it's
Gil.
fully furnished. I literally told him, I'm like, take all this shit off the walls. I have a Live, Laugh, Love banner in my kitchen right now. You know, like, it's like,
I remember my favorite thing that I did was like that was where my mom gave us like these little like corny ass canvas things to put on the wall that had like different sayings, and one of them was just enjoy the moment. I placed it in the guest bathroom directly in front of the toilet.
Mhm.
And I was
Hell
just
It's
like,
the only
that's the
place
best way
where
to do
that's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
I have this old lamp, dude. I swear to God, it's the same one that like they planted in Narnia. Like, if I get it cold enough, you can see fucking Mr. Tumnus under that motherfucker.
There are very few references to me that are funnier than Mr. Tumnus.
Dude, I love
And
to
the fact that
call,
it was played by James McAvoy.
James
Yes.
McAvoy. Yeah.
Amazing.
Fucking
that's who
love
I
it.
call him.
The fucking
like,
range on this guy.
yeah, like Elijah Wood. I was like the little nigga from Flipper, and then for James McAvoy. For James McAvoy, I say Mr. Tumnus, like just to see if anyone gets
I feel like those are really good. That's just a fun bit. Like you're talking about like Shaq and people are like, yeah, the Lakers center. You're like, no, the guy who was the genie in Kazam.
Yeah, like the most obscure role. You gotta call him out. Oh. Jason
Okay.
Bateman, Teen Wolf 2, love that movie.
Oh, that's right. That's like
Dude, it's
Jennifer Aniston's first role was in the fucking Leprechaun movie.
Yep.
Yes.
Dude, it's so funny. If someone brings up Teen Wolf 2, like he gets really weird about it. And so on Smartless, what's his name? Will Arnett brings it up all the time on
All the
purpose
time.
just to fuck with him. He's like, yeah, speaking of great movies, sequels, Teen Wolf 2. Am I right, Jason? Just like everyone gets super like quiet and awkward.
That's like, I think my funniest jokes, they go on, so like someone's just like, we need to apologize to George Bush. I was like, that's like apologizing to baby geniuses for baby geniuses.
For Baby
too.
Geniuses too. I saw that shit.
They're
That's
both
great.
ass, dude.
I have a soft spot for Baby Geniuses.
Actually, Cough-
that shit was a great movie as a kid.
To be fair, I liked it as a kid. I have not watched it since I was like 6 years
I
old.
haven't
dog.
rewatched as an adult. Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
never going to watch it again. It's just going to live in my memory
No.
as a happy time.
Don't watch things that you
a
watched as a
happy
child.
place.
When you
Yeah.
watch them now as an adult, you're like, this is fucking garbage. And my
Yeah.
parents are just the worst
War
people in the world
criminals.
for letting me watch
Flubber.
this.
Dude, someone's like, Flubber's a bad movie. I'm like, fuck you. I love Flubber, and I watched it.
I rode so hard for Flubber, man.
Does it not hold up?
Don't watch it, dude.
Fucking horrible.
It's terrible.
You will not think of Robin Williams the same.
No.
It ruins
Okay.
everything that was going on.
The marketing for that movie was sick. I remember it's like, I want Flubber. I want the
I
little
want my own
robot.
Flubber.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Dude, like that movie was
Weebo.
like the moment. But that moment was 2 minutes back in the 90s.
That's gonna be a core memory for me. That movie. I watched it at the drive-in movie theater, and it was like my first or second time ever, and I was just like, "This is cinema.
Yeah.
This is what America needs right now."
I watched a grown man eat green slime and it shot out of his asshole.
And then bounced around. The height of comedy.
Like if I don't know if that's not comedy, I don't know what is, dude. It's like,
This is going in the post-credit scene for sure. All of this. All of it.
Back
All right.
back when Nickelodeon Kid Choice Awards actually meant something.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. God damn it. We used to be a country. All right, here we go. Let's do the thing.